Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are good and doing well. So first of all, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Aptitude Ninja by Saurabh Fulara. So if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please subscribe it. It helps us to grow. Also, share the channel among your friends who are preparing for campus placement. So in today's video, we are going to continue with the same topic, set theory. So if you try to recall, in the last two videos, I have shown you how to tackle problems based on set theory, where two or three variable based problems are given to you. So today what I'm going to do, we are going to do some more problems based on set theory. The agenda is to make you more comfortable in this topic. So let's start with the first set. Read the problem. There are 20,000 people living in Defense Colony, Gurgaon. Out of them, 9,000 subscribe to Star TV network and 12,000 subscribe to Zee TV network. If 4,000 subscribe to both, how many do not subscribe to any of the two? Now before I start with the solution of the question, let's do one thing. Let's make this universal set, and what we know, there are total 20,000 people. So if you read for how many people have subscribed to Star TV network, you get to know these are 9,000. So let me write 9,000 here. So there are 9,000 people who have subscribed for Star TV, and then 12,000 people have subscribed for Zee TV, and then there are 4,000 who have subscribed for both. So I'll write down this 4,000 in the intersection region. Now, the first thing which I should do is I should find out the number of people who have only subscribed for Star TV network. What I know, there are total 9,000 who have subscribed for Star TV. But out of these 9,000, there are 4,000 people who have also subscribed for GTV. Means these 4,000 are people who have subscribed for Star TV as well as GTV. So if I remove 4,000 from 9,000, I'll be able to find number of people who have only subscribed for Star TV. Let's do the same thing for the other set. There are total 12,000 people who have subscribed for Zee TV. So if I remove 4,000 from it, I'll be able to find number of people who has only subscribed for Zee TV. Now once we have done this, it's very easy to get the answer now. So let us now find the number of people who have subscribed for at least one of the channels. Who have subscribed for at least one of the channels. Now to do that, what you'll do, you'll just add the values of these three areas, right? So let's add the values of three areas and you'll be able to get the answer. Area 1 is 5,000, area 2 is 4,000, while the third area is 8,000. So if you add everything, you get 17,000. It means there are total 17,000 people who have subscribed for at least one of the channels. But if you read the question, we have to actually find number of people who haven't subscribed for any of the two. So to do that, we'll look at this number. There were 20,000 people in the colony, and out of this 20,000, there are 17,000 people who have subscribed for at least one of the channels. It means the remaining 3,000 people have not subscribed for any of the channel, and this is going to be the answer of my question. So you are going to mark option A as your answer and move forward. So I hope you are able to understand the explanation. If not, you can listen to the solution again. Let's go to the next set. Let's read the set first. Last year, there were 3 sections in the catalyst, a mock CAT paper. Out of them, 33 students cleared the cutoff in section 1. So let me do one thing. Let me write down data side by side. So section 1 mein there were 33 students who have cleared the cutoff. Then in section 2 there are 34 students. While in section 3, 32 students have cleared the cutoff. Then what we know, 10 students cleared the cutoff in section 1 and 2. Then 9 cleared the cutoff in section 2 and 3. And 8 cleared the cutoff in section 1 and 3. We'll use this data later. Let's see what else we are given with. The number of people who cleared each section alone. Now this is very important to understand. Number of people who cleared each section alone. It means we are talking about these three areas. Students who have only cleared section 1. So let me call it A1. Students who have only cleared section 2. So let me represent it using A2, area 2. Students who have cleared only section 3. So let's call it A3. Now as per question, the value of all these three areas are same. It's equal and it is 21. So what I can do now, I can just write 21 here as the value of three areas because they are same. I hope you have understood this. Now let's go back here and let's pick this data. 10 students cleared the cutoff in section 1 and 2. Now guys, before you use this data, you have to be very clear कि data है किस चीज के बारे में. What 10 is representing here? 10 is representing number of students who have cleared cutoff in section 1 and 2. They haven't mentioned only. So you cannot say that this 10 is the value of only this region. No. This 10 is the value of these two regions combined. Likewise, this 9 is the value of section 2 and 3. This area and this area both are combined. Likewise, 8 cleared the cutoff in section 1 and 3. So 8 is the value of this region and this region combined. So this should be clear in your mind that what these numbers actually mean. And now let's proceed forward. Now before I do anything, let me remove unnecessary data. Now if I ask you, can you tell me the number of students who have cleared the cutoff in all three sections? You would say, sir, we don't know the number. So what I can do is, I can assume the value of this area as x. Okay, so if this value is x, can I say, then this region, students who have only cleared cutoff in section 1 and 2 is going to be 10 minus x. Likewise, this region is going to be 8 minus x. And this is going to be 9 minus x. So if I ask you what 8 minus x is representing, you would say, sir, 8 minus x is representing students who have only cleared cutoff in section 1 and 3. Or I could say the same thing as, these are the number of students who have cleared cutoff in section 1 and 3 but not in 2. Likewise, if I ask you what 9 minus x is representing, you would say, sir, 9 minus x is representing the number of students who have cleared cutoff in section 2 and 3 but not in section 1. Right? So the value of these three regions are going to be 10 minus x, 8 minus x and 9 minus x. Once you do this, it's very easy to get the answer now. See, what you can do is, you can pick any one of the three sections and can get your answer. So let me pick section 3. So I'll make one equation and I'll be able to get the value of x. So what I know, the number of students who have cleared the cutoff in section 3 are 32. The value of complete circle is 32. Now guys, from 32, if I remove 21, I'll get 11. Now the question is, ये 11 किस चीज का value है? You would say, sir, 11 is the value of this complete region, the remaining part, this complete thing, isn't it? So the sum of these three areas, 8 minus x plus x and 9 minus x, should be equals to 11. So if you solve for x, so this x will rule out this x, and then you'll get 17 minus x equals to 11. So the value of x is going to be 6. And once you get the value of x here, it's very easy to get the answer. So in place of x, I can write 6. Let me plug in the value of x here. So if this area is 6, can I say then this area 10 minus x is going to be 4, and this 8 minus x would be 2, and 9 minus x will be 3. Now since I'm able to find the value of all the areas, let's proceed with the first question. How many students cleared all the three sections? So all the three sections, we are talking about this particular area. The value of this area is 6. So I'll mark option B as my answer and move forward. Read the next question. How many cleared only one of the three sections? How many students cleared only one of the three sections? So it's again a very straightforward question. It means we have to just add the values of three area, A1, A2 and A3. So add 21 3 times, we'll get the answer is 63. So whichever option says 63, mark it and move forward. Now look at the next question. The ratio of number of students clearing the cutoff in one or more sections. So let me first find out this thing. What they're asking us to calculate. Students who have cleared the cutoff in one or more section. means I want to find out answer for students who have cleared cut off in at least one section. At least one section means I have to add the value of all the areas. At least one means minimum one section, and maximum I have to go until 3 because there are total 3 sections. So I'll include students who have cleared cutoff in only section 1, and then I also include students who have cleared cutoff in 2 sections, and then students who have cleared cutoff in all the 3. So students cleared cutoff in only one section, I already know these are total 63, plus who have cleared cutoff in exactly 2 sections. So 2 plus 3 plus 4. This is going to be 9. And then students who have cleared cutoff in all the 3 sections, these are 6. So if you add everything, you'll get 78. So on one side, I have to write 78 ratio. Now to the other side, what I have to find is number of students clearing the cutoff in section 1 alone. Section 1 alone, 21, right? So whichever option says 78 is to 21, I'll mark it and move forward. So option A is going to be the correct answer. So I hope you have understood this set completely. If you have any doubts pertaining to this set, please write down your doubts in the comment box. Look at this question now. In a test in which 120 students appeared, 90 passed in history, 65 passed in sociology, and 75 passed in political science. So let me write down this data for you. 90 passed in history, 65 passed in sociology, and 75 passed in political science. If 30 students passed in only one subject and 55 passed in only 2 and 5 students passed in no subject, then we have to answer these 2 questions. So the first thing which I should do is, since I'm given with this data, there are 30 students who are passed in only one subject. So let me call this area as A1, this as A2, and this as A3. Now as per the question, what I know, the sum of these 3 areas is 30. देखो क्या बोल रहा है, ऐसे स्टूडेंट जो बस एक ही सब्जेक्ट में पास हुए हैं, ये टोटल कितने हैं, 30 हैं. So if I ask you what area 1 is representing, area 1 is representing number of students who have only passed in history. Likewise, area 2 is representing number of students who have only passed in sociology, and area 3 is representing number of students who have only passed in political science. And the sum of 3 is 30. Now if you look at the next data, it says 55 students are passed in only 2 subjects. The word only is very important here. Only clarifies कि हमको जो वैल्यू पता है वो बस उन बच्चों के बारे में पता है who are passed in only 2. So it means if I call this area as A4, this area A5, and this as A6, so you need to be very clear कि मैं A5 बोल किसको रहा हूँ. I'm saying this area as A5, this area as A4, and this area as A6. So we are leaving this part, right? So A4, A5 and A6, the sum of the 3 areas according to question is how much? It is 55. Now let's read the first question. How many students passed in all the 3 subjects? Now before I begin, I have to consider this information as well. 5 students passed in no subject. Now guys, there were total 120 students. So 120 is the value of universal sets. We'll make a rectangle, and outside this rectangle write 120. And out of 120, please try to realize, out of 120, 5 students have not passed in any of the subject. इसका मतलब इन सारे एरियाज को अगर मैं प्लस करूंगा, so the sum is going to be 115. The sum is going to be 115. Remember this. Let me write this number here. So what I'm saying is, if I add all the areas A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, also I have to consider this area as well, this area, the intersection of 3. Let's call it X. So the sum of everything should be 115. Remember I told you, remember this number 150. There were total 120. Out of 120, there were 5 students who are not passed in any of the subjects. So you remove 5 from 120. You get to know number of students who are passed in at least one of the subject. So the sum of all these areas should be equals to 115. Now what you will do? See, it's very easy. You will say, sir, A1, A2 and A3. The sum of these three variables is 30. So let me write 30 here plus. Then what else you know? The sum of A4, A5 and A6 is 55. So in place of A4, A5 and A6, you would write 55. Alright. And then X equals to 115. So this way, you would be able to find out the value of X. So if you read the first question, how many students are passed in all the three subjects? So I want to find out the value of this area, X. So once you solve this, you'll be able to get the answer. So 115 minus, what is the sum of 50 and 30? It's 85, I guess. And if you remove 85 from it, you get 30. So how many students are passed in all the three subjects? You would say 30. So mark option B as your answer and move forward. See, this is how easy it is. It looks difficult on the face of it, but in reality, this is a very easy question if you solve it logically. So try to remember what I told you. अगर हम इन क्वेश्चंस को फॉर्मूले से करने की कोशिश करेंगे, इट विल बी अ लिटिल कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फॉर मी. बट अगर मैं लॉजिकली क्वेश्चंस को करता हूँ, पूरे फिगर को मैं एरियाज में डिवाइड कर लूँ, so it becomes easy to process the question. Let's read the next question. Find the number of students who passed in at least two subjects. I have to find students who are passed in at least two subjects. At least two subject का means मुझे minimum 2 से start करना पड़ेगा, and maximum, since there are only 3 subjects, I can go up to 3. So I'll first write down students who are passed in only 2 subjects, and then I'll write students who are passed in all the 3 subjects. So let me find areas. So A4, A5 and A6. These 3 areas represent students who are passed in exactly 2 subjects. And then students who are passed in all the 3 is represented using X. So just add everything, you get the answer. A4, A5 and A6. I know the value already, it's 55. And then X, we have just calculated, it was 30. So if you add this, you should get the answer as 85, which is option A. So we'll mark option A as your answer and move forward. So I hope through this explanation, you are able to understand this question. So it was a good question. If you will not approach it properly, you will end up making lengthy equations, and then things will become complex for you. I think we shall close the session now. We have discussed good amount of questions here. So we'll continue this series. I'll come up with one more video where I'll discuss 2-3 more problems based on set theory. Until then, thank you and have a nice day.